All right, so real fast, I'm gonna apologize ahead of time for the sound quality. It's not the greatest. When I recorded this, I did it through the live stream, and obviously I couldn't hear myself back, so I didn't know the quality was that poor. It breaks up a lot. It sounds like I'm in a damn a telecom the majority of the time. To be honest with you, the quality here isn't that great either. So I'm just gonna pick up a new mic sometime this week, so I can give y'all some better quality videos and go from there. But everything done, all the commentary, whatever, was done in real time. As this is a feed from the live stream, and yeah, I'm just gonna go from there. So I'm gonna holler at y'all. Get at your boy. Also, I want to get real fast. This way, it's not confusing where it started at. We were on the part of the stream where I was just covering range. I'm talking about range. Somebody asked me what I thought about haptic feedback, and I'm gonna be honest. I was a heavy haptic feedback user at one point, and I felt like it made me a better player. I don't use it anymore now, but I suspect that because the accessibility option is now on the main menu of UFC 4, that a lot more people will be using it. So I kind of just broke down where I'm coming from, uh, where what I look for now defensively, because my defense is still pretty sound despite not using it anymore, and pretty much what I look for to do things appropriately in terms of defense. Just real simple shit. You know what I mean? Range goes a long way. If you're too far to land a punch, then I can assume you're gonna throw a kick. It's just, you know what I mean? So I already know range wise, I'm always going to have like a good idea of what's coming, and I think that's why my defense shines through. Like so, right here, I expect kicks. The correct thing to do from this range is kick. So that's what I expect. So I mean, and that's what he's doing. You can't punch from this range. You never hit me. You have to close it on for kick at this point, or get closer so you can dab. Exactly. So like I said, it's very predictable. This guy's actually doing everything properly. He should be kicking from here. If he kicks from here, he's doing the right thing. Exactly. See, so shit like that is what I look for. From here, you should be kicking. You cannot close this without kicking from here. Your jab will land. See, your punch is too short. You have to kick. Exactly. So you see what I'm talking about. And that's more or less what I think about a split second. Okay, he's kicking range, punch range, kick range. All right, so let's just fight now. And that's yeah, he wasn't very good, but you kind of understand what I'm saying. I'm not getting hit because he's not very good, but he's making the smart choices. He's making the wise choices. When you're that range, you're kind of supposed to kick. If you're not going to kick, then you have to get in close to it, at least get jab range, and that's the way the ranges are covered. So when you think about like the length of different strikes in mixed martial arts, your longest punch is technically in boxing. Your longest punch is supposed to be your straight, not your jab. You can fall short on a jab by 2 inches, and you can land. You can still land it straight because as you pivot your back foot and you turn your body on that straight, you're now turning your torso and you're getting extra inches. So the straight is the longest punch in boxing. Longer than the straight, if you convert over like to Muay Thai, kickboxing, any Taekwondo, any kickboxing sport, you have your sidekick. Your sidekick is longer than your teep. If in this game, if nobody has a sidekick, then I have to expect teep or front kick variation to be their next best bet. If they have a spinning kick variation, um, the spin technically goes into sidekick mechanics. So first will be the spin kick as their longest kick if they don't have a sidekick. If they don't have either, the teep is their longest kick. Roundhouse, I guess, would cover the same distance a sidekick would in theory because of the way the leg is elongated. But that's the way my mind works in terms of striking because that's the appropriate steps to take. So kick, jab, um, hook, uppercut, knee, elbow, all that stuff is the third level, right? So first you got to go through your kicks, then you got to close your kick distance, then you got to get into your jab, then you go or to your straight rather, then you got to close your straight distance, got to get into your jab, and then from there you go into your close range attacks. So if you do things the right way, I'm going to anticipate it because that's kind of how it should be, and that's how my brain works. Kicking range, kicking range, kicking range. See? And back to kicking range. Let's see if he leaves with the kick. Punching range. Predictable knee. Very predictable knee. Like I said, you won't see me make the wrong decision defensively too often. Uh-huh. Let's go. He's gonna kick from here. He has to kick from here. Now he can punch. He has to kick from here. He has to kick from here. It has to be a kick. Still has to be a kick. Has to kick. Has to kick. Yep. So there's no other option. But if you punch that soon, I'll see it from a mile away. He has to kick from here. Exactly. And that's why the people that give me the most trouble aren't like the sharpshooters. The guys who fight long range, I'm pretty much going to figure out what you're going to do from distance because your options are so limited. Whereas the guys who get in close and they do shit a bit differently, they're the ones who give me the most issues. So, for example, I'm in kicking range here, but I can close it with that lunge jab. So technically, I'm in kicking range, but I'm also in punch range because I know how to use lunge jabs. So that's how the lunge jab is effective because I'm able to jab from kicking range. This is kicking range. I can't land the jab from there. Kicking range. Jab's gonna always fall short. Jab is always gonna fall short. It's a short jab. Well, he's actually being stupid now, so I can't actually show you what I want to show you. Jab's gonna fall short. Jab's gonna fall short. Short jab. Short jab. See, those are short jabs. We're in kicking range. Short jab. But if I lunge, boom, I'm now in kicking range. And that's why I use a lunge jab. I like cover the distance that I normally couldn't cover with that punch. Right, until suddenly now I have a weapon from long range that I don't have to kick with. And that's what makes me a bit unpredictable. So most people, I don't think they think about the science of it, but subconsciously, I think you see a certain distance and you think, okay, he has to kick from here, right? Wrong. I'm probably going to jab from there. It's probably going to be a lunge jab. There you go. That's a bit more unpredictable right there. So kicking from there, unpredictable. Right here, I expect punches. We're in punching range. This is uppercut hook city, right? So if you start kicking from here or doing anything other than knee or something really short, that's unpredictable. That's the type of stuff that I fall for. But back here, I expect a kick. Exactly. I expect the kick from back here. Because the puncher can't do anything. You have to kick from here. Now you can punch. But I'll close the distance with that. And it's not a knock on him. He actually does me correctly. You know what I mean? Like when we're back here, you shouldn't be throwing punches. I mean, if you're punching from back from this far, like I am, you look stupid. I look stupid punching from there. I mean, so he's actually making the right decision. He's punching when he's in close punching range. He's kicking when he's in kick range. He's closing the distance properly. And because he's doing everything properly, that is easy to read. No, having a background in martial arts, I'm like super critical with how some of this stuff is done. Like, why you like, you know what I mean? Like hooking from that distance is a no-no. an uppercut from that distance, a rare uppercut at that, is that's one of the most sacrilegious things you can do in all of combat sports, especially boxing. You know what I mean? Like that's just brutal to look at. But this game will allow it, to go unscathed a lot of times. And I think that's stupid. From this range, you should only be jabbing. In terms of boxing, the only punch that's viable from this range is jabs. But he's throwing elbows. He's throwing elbows from that range. That's like some. I see stuff like that, and it makes me cringe. It just makes me cringe. Like, don't be that guy. You know what I mean? Don't be that guy. And when you see me play, I'm gonna try to give you as simulated at the approach as possible. The most unsimulated thing I'm gonna give you is the lunge jab, and it's not that the lunge jab isn't realistic. It's that the effect that it has in the game isn't realistic. But the punch itself is perfectly fine. Unfortunately, it traps people, it stuns them in place, and that's very false. So it's gotten to the point where I've tried to cut back my use on it, but I've used it so much in certain different ways that I have like cookie cutter combinations that they just come out now on impulse. Yeah, don't be that guy. Look at this. Don't be that guy. Uppercut. He really threw an uppercut. I was no another uppercut. I'm nowhere near. What is going, bro? Don't be that guy. Don't be that guy. What do you, like? You're throwing uppercuts from over there. Like they're never gonna land. Just never be that guy. If you watch this video, please, never be that guy. And he's so eager to let loose when I get close that I can literally walk back and forth and bait it out of him. Look at that. I can literally walk and bait it out of him. Look at that. It's the uppercut. I knew it. I knew it. He's just so eager. I can literally bait it out of him. Look at this. It's hilarious.